Now, Disney has so many classic movies, and by far one of the most beloved is Aladdin. It has amazing characters, song, and just has so much charm, which even the best Disney animated movies of the modern day can't capture. Hello, everyone. I'm Fictional Fanatics, and today we're going to be discussing the simplicity of Aladdin and why that's so good. Now, this is going to be the first part of a series where I do this year, checking out the amazing Disney films and talking about why they work so well. There are just so many to choose from, but when scrolling through the ones I did want to check out, Aladdin stood out to me. I don't think that it's because how revolutionary the film is. It's just about a poor boy falling in love with a princess and trying to become worthy of her love. The songs are great but simple. The villain is just an evil regular dude, and compared to now, the animation is basic. But all those elements are utilized to turn this film from something forgettable to a film which will go down in history as one of the Disney's many greats. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is its characters. Each one is a stereotype expanded on. Aladdin is the poor boy with the soul, Jasmine is the princess who wants her own life, Jafar is an evil sorcerer, the Sultan's an ignorant king, the genie is a powerful goofball. They are simple on the surface, but how they interact and use um, their use in the story make them something more. Although we have seen plenty of characters like Aladdin in storytelling, the humble thief, he is still enjoyable. In one jump ahead, we see how he needs to steal to survive and the peril that comes with it, but immediately after, so we care about him, he gives away the food he worked so hard for to the starving children, making him likable. Then later in the movie, we find out his character flaws that he lies because he thinks he needs to survive. He is poor, so he lies to Jasmine about bringing the prince because he thinks it's the only way to be with her, and that's what he wants, and also kind of what he needs and what she needs. But he thinks that he won't be fine enough. It uses the stereotype of a good person who steals to survive, then uses the flaw from that, being stealing and lying, and that's what he needs to get over and improve. It's the same thing with Jasmine, where the stereotype is she wants to choose her own life, and that's why she loves Aladdin, because he can give that to her, whether it's a boy living on the streets, as we see that day in the market, or on a magic carpet ride. The Sultan is ignorant, but a loving buffoon, but we later see it's because of Jafar using the magic, pulling the strings, so the Sultan might not know everything. This film does a great job of embracing the stereotypes so often used in storytelling, where it gives the movie a simple feeling, while still having characters that feel like real people and having us care about them. The next aspect I want to go over is the plot. It once again is surprisingly simple. What happens is Jafar wants to be powerful. He wants the genie lamp. He uses Aladdin to get it, but then he tries to stab Aladdin in the back. Aladdin's friends save him, as in the animals. Aladdin escapes the Cave of Wonders by tricking the genie to let him leave without a wish and becomes a prince. From there, he gets Jasmine to fall in love with him on one magic carpet ride, and immediately when he gets back, he outs Jafar as a bad guy. Jafar steals the lamp, becomes powerful. Aladdin tricks Jafar using his intellect, wins, and marries Jasmine. There's not something really special about the story. A boy tries to impress a girl by trying to be something he's not, but wins her over as himself. An evil person tries to use others to get what they want, but friendship and using the other evil person's ambition against them gets the good guys to win. The plot is simple, but once again, that's what makes it great. It gives us a comfortable backdrop to fall in love with these characters and uses the simple elements together to make the story something greater. For example, Alana and Jasmine only fall in love together on the magic carpet ride, but because of the characters have these simple desires and they don't try to make it more complex than it needs to be, having A plots, B plots, C plots, a bunch of unnecessary things in there, having them fall in love with that one song just makes sense. And the final thing I want to bring up is the animation and the music. When the live action remake of Aladdin came out, I thought the new version of Prince Ali was just so much better. There are more instruments, it's more of a spectacle, it was just more impressive. But now, I definitely consider the original one as better. Sure, it may not have as much going on. The animation is just a few colors, and it's just the instruments are more simple. The animation just is much more humble. It isn't trying to be a feast for the eyes, not trying to be known for how good it looks, but it wants to keep the music and the animation in the story simple to highlight the film's soul. There's so many points of just basic animation which are just amazing in my opinion. Like in the Cave of Wonder where Aladdin's trying to escape, him flying out of the cave is breathtaking, although it's nothing special. It's Not like the animation we see nowadays, but it's like, wow. Now, when I talk about these classic Disney movies, though, there's an unavoidable topic, which is the racism and the sexism. Before the film started, on Disney Plus, there was even a trigger warning right here. And this stuff's unfortunate because yes, parts of the film like the song Arabian Nights is just flat out racist. There's a bunch of sexism, some intentional like with Jafar, which he's savage with that, but others aren't. And it's just sad. These classic Disney films are so good, but these elements they're just so disappointing. Honestly, the only reason I might consider Disney wanting to remake their own movies that I'd be okay with is to up them a bit so they don't have all these problems and are a bit more culturally sensitive. I don't think that these elements ruin the whole film for me. I definitely know that for some people, it might just ruin it for them, and I understand that. I mean, if it was racism towards the Mexican culture, which is something I'm not part of, but I identify with. I live currently in Mexico. Um, I'd understand, but as someone who's not as heavily affected by it in these films, Peter Pan, here, Dumbo, while unfortunate, it doesn't ruin the film for me. Now, Aladdin is a film which thrives on its simplicity to highlight the film's soul. And make sure it's not bigger than it needs to be so we can just enjoy the story and not waste our time and feel and it makes us feel nostalgic even on its first viewing. Its simplicity is the key to its success, and I love the film for that. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching the video, and what do you think about Aladdin? Do you love it? What other elements do you love about it? I mainly just wanted to talk about the simplicity part, so let me know what you think and what other aspects you are. If you want to see why Lightyear's just a boring film, make sure to click on this video. I think it's pretty good. Also, make sure to subscribe to see the future Disney film ones, and let me know which Disney films you want me to talk about next, because there's a whole bunch. I haven't seen every one of them, so give me some recommendations. Anyways, thanks for watching one more time. I've been Fictional Fanatics, and until the next one.